What is going on, AZ Sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon? Well, we're here to talk some Arizona Cardinals. Ended up taking down the San Francisco 49ers. And I don't know about you guys, ladies and gentlemen, but this game was a game that I had an anxiety attack left and right. I did not know how to feel when I was watching this game, but kudos to the Arizona Cardinals pulling off the win 17-10 on a tough division matchup versus the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this game right here, man, let me tell you right now, everybody, this game was absolutely intense. I'm just so happy that the Arizona Cardinals ended up pulling off the win. But ladies and gentlemen, how are we feeling? Arizona Cardinal fans, we are now 5-0, still the only undefeated team in the NFL. If anybody had any, doubts about this Arizona Cardinals team, check your hatred, check your ego at the door, because this Arizona Cardinal team today, although this wasn't a pretty win, this was a game that we needed to see as fans. We were getting a little too spoiled. Not going to lie to you, everybody. We were getting a little too spoiled. We were hitting, 30-plus points every single game, and we were feeling like, our chests were puffed out, every single game. We thought we were going to be 30-plus, points every single time. But this is the type of game that we needed to go ahead and have. And ladies and gentlemen, we pulled it off in such a miraculous fashion. Not only beating a divisional rival, but being, now that we're 5-0 right now, ladies and gentlemen, it does not, this Sunday could not have been capped off any better than it has been capped off right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let this sink in right now. Your Arizona Cardinals are now 5-0. Woo! All right, guys, do me one big favor here. If you have not quite yet already, do me a huge favor. Go ahead and flood 5-0 on the chat below right now. Be proud of your Arizona Cardinal team, because, man, we're going to have to dive into a lot today. Because there's a lot to talk about, man. There's a lot to talk about when it came down to this Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49er game. A lot of people thought that this might have been an easy win. Even myself, I might have puffed out my chest a little too early. I was like, 35-17, we're going to win this game. No sirree, 17-10. But regardless of what it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Arizona Cardinals pulled it through, and that's all that matters. We're 5-0, baby. That's all we got to care about. Now, let me give a big shout out here before we get started. A huge shout out to our Arizona Cardinal defense. My freaking goodness. This defense held it down. Let me tell you this right now. The moment that the Arizona Cardinals offense couldn't do anything from mid-first quarter, let's say second quarter to the third quarter, our defense held it down. We did an amazing job left and right, and I cannot believe how intense this game was. Now, we do have some MVPs, some game balls that we're going to be giving here defensively and offensively as well a little later on in the show. We'll be talking about the big key injuries that unfortunately the Arizona Cardinals have gone through. We'll talk about the injuries, what this means for the Cardinals, and what we got to do here in our end. So we have a lot to unfold here today, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out to my guy I Am Bear, coming up clutch with the first super chat contribution of the night. Let me get you the Betty White dab.
Got him!
Appreciate the super chat, my guy. He says, good old-fashioned division game. Great win. Hopefully Hudson's back next week, but that defense, top 3 defense in the league, and we are not 3 or 2. Yeah. I agree, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, but you also got to give kudos to that San Francisco 49er team. That San Francisco 49er team, they played with their hearts on their sleeve. They played ferociousness. That defense held our Arizona Cardinals to less than 30 points. And that's kind of a tall task to ask, any defense as of right now, because truth of the matter is right now, our Arizona Cardinal offense is like hitting on all cylinders go. But this is the first time that our Arizona Cardinal offense looked human. So, we got a little humble pie, which honestly, I don't mind it. I think sometimes we need these type of games in order for us to kind of endure the next game. We have a very tough matchup next game versus the Browns. So we have a very, very tough matchup. So, but yeah, thank you so very much for the contribution. I Am Bear, appreciate that. Let me fix this camera here real quick. 1 second. There you go. There you go. That's better. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. I definitely want to give a big shout out to the defense holding it down. Every left and right, man. They did an amazing job today. Our offense, obviously did enough to get the win, obviously. But man, there was some times that was a little worrisome when it came down to it. So let's do this here, man. Let's get to the stats. Let's read some stats. If you guys want to do a super chat or maybe, talk something specifically, you do have the option to do a super chat in there as well, which you will be getting priority over any other comments. So just keep that in mind as well, ladies and gentlemen. So let's look at the stats here. Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49ers, 17-10. We are now sitting 5-0 on the season, and the San Francisco 49ers are now 2-3 on the season as well. I definitely want to give a big shout out to Trey Lance, man. I think Trey Lance did a very good job. I think he did a very good job, maybe not throwing the ball, but running the ball, man. He made us seem like I was trying to pull my head up, my hair out left and right. And it was kind of frustrating to see as a Cardinal fan. But, man, Trey Lance seems to be real legit. Keep in mind, everybody, that this was his very first week. This was his very first week that he ended up coming through and had a whole week to prepare. So let's see what Trey Lance can do later on, man. Let's see what do later on. I do think that the San Francisco 49ers, the best chance they have of winning is with Trey Lance, and you saw what they can do with that guy. I think he did a very good job today, so kudos to him. And we got 3 super chats back to back. Let me go ahead and give a big shout out to my guy Josh T coming up clutch. He says, by far JJ Watt's best game. Kudos to the defense. An ugly win is still a win. Keep up with that 1-0 mentality. Beautifully said, my friend. Beautifully said. You couldn't say that any beautifully. You're right, man. This was an ugly win left and right, but we needed this type of win because it really shows us as fans that, hey, we can, if there's a good defensive plan out there, we need to be able to adjust in every sense of the imagination. I don't feel like our offense was, clicking all the way through. Obviously, we only scored 17 points, but we did enough to get the win, and that's the most important part. Jonathan, appreciate the $4.99 donation, my guy. Thank you so very much for doing that. We got Jordan P coming up clutch with another super chat here. Appreciate that, Jordan P. He says, Watt, D-Hop, Zach Allen are MVPs. Cliff, K1 were not good. Great win shows we can win with adversity. Fans crying about winning close needs to stop. Appreciate the super chat, man. We'll talk about my MVPs a little later on in the stream as well. I do got my own sense of, my own MVPs as well. So appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so very much for doing that. And I got one last one here, one last contribution from my guy Seth Carpenter. Appreciate it, man. He says, hey, Mike, what a sloppy game, but the Arizona Cardinals did it with Trey Lance. He did terrible, but we slugged him on the 4th down. 100% agree, man. King Plumtree, I see you back there, man, as well with the super sticker. Thank you so very much for the $2 donation. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, let's talk, man. Let's talk about this game. Defensively, the Arizona Cardinals did very, very good. Very, very good. They held Deebo Samuels in terms of, his receptions to 3 receptions, 58 yards. Kyle Juszczyk had some receptions as well. 3 receptions, 35 yards. Brandon Ayuk got involved as well. But nobody really hit anything big. Nothing hit anything big. Where all their kind of production came from was their running game. Trey Lance had 16 carries, 89 yards. Eli Mitchell, 9 carries, 43 yards. Deebo Samuel also got involved with a touchdown, a rushing touchdown. Trey Sermon got involved as well. So their main attack was basically through the ground. And I think that all of us pretty much said the same thing when we were going through our preview. The moment we stop their run game, we can very well expose this team. But they did a very good job, man. They did a very good job in beating the Arizona. They did a very good job in keeping pace with the Arizona Cardinals offense. And, you got to give them kudos. You definitely got to give them kudos. Let's move over to the Arizona Cardinals side of it all. And then we can kind of keep reading onto the chat. Another contribution from my guy, Vilik88 says the offense sucked today, but defense won it for us, which is awesome. 100% agree, man. Thank you, all the super chatters. Let me get you the Betty White dab. Got him! Appreciate you guys for the super chats and the contribution. Also gracious. Thank you so very much, everybody. Let's look at some stats for the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray. Everybody on the chat's been saying it. Kyler Murray didn't have a great game. He really didn't. He was 22 out of 31, 239 yards and 1 touchdown. Just 1 touchdown. And then we had Rondale Moore, 3 carries, 38 yards. James Conner with 10 carries, 29 yards. Chase Edmonds, 6 carries, 15 yards, and a fumble. Christian Kirk also got involved in rushing, but let's take a look at the receiving here. DeAndre Hopkins, man, he came up clutch in the second half. DeAndre Hopkins, 6 receptions, 87 yards, 1 touchdown. Rondale Moore, 5 receptions, 59 yards. Christian Kirk, 5 receptions, 39 yards. AJ Green only had 1 reception with 13 yards. And then Max Williams, 1 reception, 14 yards. When it comes down to our defense, like I said a little earlier, I think our defense did very, very good in holding us, in this game. They legit are the MVP of this game. When our offense needed us to get picked up, our defense came up very, very clutch, man. Budda Baker had an interception. Amazing there. We had Zach Allen with, I thought he had 2 sacks, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought he had 2 sacks. Let me know in the comments here below. But on the stats right now, I'm not sure if it's not been updated here, but it says Zach Allen with 1 sack. Isaiah Simmons with 0.5 sacks. And then we got Tanner Vallejo with 0.5 sacks as well. But I thought Zach Allen had 2 sacks. Let me know here in the comments below. I think the stat might be wrong. Elon Musk coming up clutch with the super chat. Appreciate you, man. He says, I might have to buy the Arizona Cardinals Doge. Love you, man. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you so very much for that. BBH with another contribution. He says, Moore is looking like the offensive player of the week, right? Very consistent. Hey, man, Moore's been looking very good, man. Moore's been looking very good. Oh, do you mean of the year? Oh, of the year. My bad. Offensive Rookie of the Year is probably what you're trying to say. Yeah, man, he's doing very, very good. We definitely got to give kudos to where kudos is due, and that man has done very, very good to our offense. Definitely amazing job there. So let's talk about something that we obviously don't want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, and that is going to be the injuries. Let's get this out of the way because I know a lot of us don't want to talk about it, but man, we need to talk about the huge injuries that has been sustained from this game alone. Man, let's first talk about Max Williams. Max Williams being carted off the field was very disheartening to see, very sad to see as an Arizona Cardinal fan. And the biggest reason for that is because Max Williams has hit his stride, man. We were all very excited to see, what he could become for the Arizona Cardinals. And unfortunately, he got hit very, very low and he ended up getting taken away in the cart. And it just sucks to see. It really sucks to see as a fan. I really wanted him to be that, that tight end for us. And he was really doing a very good job for our Arizona Cardinals. And unfortunately, it was cut short in week 5 versus the San Francisco 49ers. Now, if we take a look at our depth chart, we don't have very many people in terms of reliable people for this Arizona Cardinal team, but this is what we're looking at right now. Demetrius Harris and Darrell Daniels as of right now. Now, can the Cardinals make a trade in the trade deadline? Yeah, very well possible. Are they going to do it? Probably not. But yeah, that was really, really unfortunate to see Max Williams go down. He was having a year that all of us wanted to see. Every single Cardinal fan was stoked about having a tight end that was going to give us some production. And it just sucks that we're in this position right now where we're stuck with 2 tight ends that I hope that they can kind of pick it up. But, we need to see the production on the field to really see what happens here. Big shout out to my guy. Is it Gennady Moreno with the $2 donation? Says the Cardinals ain't that good. Oh my God. Tell me you're a Cardinal fan or tell me you're something else, man. But appreciate the super chat. If you're a Cardinal fan, I got to give you this, man. I got to give you this.
Shame.
I appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so very much for doing that. But I disagree with you. I absolutely disagree with you, man. I think the Arizona Cardinals are good. And some might say great. The Arizona Cardinals have been flying high with the exception of a little adversity during the Jaguars game for the first half. But the Arizona Cardinals have been doing very, very good. And this was the game that we got punched in the mouth. And honestly, I think that the Arizona Cardinals did very well for themselves. Yes, we only scored 17 points to their 10 points, but I think in the grand scheme of things, ladies and gentlemen, this Arizona Cardinal team is built to win. This Arizona Cardinal team is built to go through adversity, and we've seen it today. We were not doing very well in offense at all, ladies and gentlemen. We looked very bad from probably halfway through first quarter or maybe even second to the entirety of the third quarter. We couldn't do anything. It was really frustrating to see as a fan, but you also got to take, keep into consideration, ladies and gentlemen, that this was a division game. This was a division game. This was against the San Francisco 49ers team that knows our Cardinal team. Kyle Shanahan is praised to be a guru when it comes down to offense. Maybe not defensively, but their defense really came out and showed up. They did a very, very good job against our Arizona Cardinal team. Obviously, I'm happy and I'm giving them kudos because we got the W, but we just witnessed right now our very first tough division matchup of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you this right now. We're going to have more of these. We're going to have more of these type of games. So make sure you tighten up your belt buckles because this is going to be a fun ride, ladies and gentlemen. 5-0. That's all I got to say. 5-0. I am Bear coming up clutch with a $10 donation. Appreciate that. He says, got to keep it real. There was no way our offense was going to keep up the 400 yards plus 30 points in every game. But our offense was only due to bad offensive line play, but still had 330 yards. Yes. 100% agree, man. We just ran into a division game. We ran into a division game. If there's a fan out there that's saying, "Oh, we didn't hit 400 or we didn't get 30 plus points, we suck." We don't suck. We don't suck. We just ran into a division game, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to have these type of games. We're going to have these type of games. And I'm just so glad that we ended up getting the W here. MGO coming up clutch with the $1.99 donation. He says, "That Rondell Moore catch." 100% agree, man. That was beautiful. Beautiful, man. That was an amazing catch. And I remember my wife walking by when she saw that. And she doesn't really like football very much. She walked by and she's like, "Oh, yeah, that's a catch. Oh, all you need is two feet in, right? That's a really nice catch." And I was like, "Yeah, that's a rookie." She's like, "Oh, that's a very good rookie." And I'm like, "Yes, that is a very good rookie." Rondell Moore is looking amazing, amazing. So, yes, amazing catch, man. Left and right. Beautiful stuff. Seth Carpenter with another super chat. He says, "Hey, Mike, I think the Browns have injuries today, so I think we might beat them next week." Well, we're going to take it one game at a time, my guy. Appreciate the super chat. But yes, one game at a time, 1-0 mentality. That's what we're going to be going through so far. But we're still talking about injuries, everybody. We just talked about, Max Williams. Can we go into getting another tight end? I don't see it happening anytime soon. Maybe towards a trade deadline, we can maybe target somebody that would very well benefit, having another safety blanket for Kyler Murray. That type of stuff would be kind of cool for us to watch. We will dive into maybe a little later on in the week who we can maybe get to replace Max Williams. Because like I said a little earlier, we are right now rolling with, in terms of the tight end core, Demetrius Harris and Darrell Daniels. I've seen some Darrell Daniels, and he's pretty good. I don't have that consistency that I've been wanting to see. Another huge injury that happened today has to be my guy here, Rodney Hudson, man. Rodney Hudson ended up going down, and he ended up leaving for the entirety of the game. I think it was a rib injury more than anything, but this is huge. This is really, really huge. I definitely got to give, kudos to Garcia. I know his last name is Garcia. Max Garcia, that's his name. Max Garcia came in right after the Rodney Hudson injury. And honestly, I think he did a pretty decent job. He's no Rodney Hudson, obviously, right? He's no Rodney Hudson, but I think he did a very good job. I can only hope that Rodney Hudson just needed to kind of, rest his ribs for up this game. And maybe next week against the Browns, we can use him. Because let's be honest, man, that Browns team is built to be a playoff type of team as well as we are. It sucks how he went down. I believe there was a screenplay called, and he ended up, tackling a player, and unfortunately ended up kind of, biting us in the butt because one of our best defensive pieces, our offensive lineman, ended up getting hurt, which sucks, which absolutely sucks. But it kind of goes to show that, man, we never really know what happens in these games, man. We never really know what's going to happen in these games. But the Arizona Cardinals, man, we're 5-0. Yeah, it sucks that Rodney Hudson did go down. He did walk on his own, but he did walk away very gingerly. So we are going to follow this storyline very, very closely. We're going to follow the storyline very closely. I hope he's going to be able to go next week against the Browns, but I think everybody in this chat right now, all 173 people in right now, can easily say that Rodney Hudson is a focal piece. Rodney Hudson is a focal piece to our offensive line. And for him not being there, man, it really sucks. It really, really does suck. So we need to make sure that hopefully he could be fine. Hopefully he could be good. But definitely everybody do me a huge favor. If you guys are just getting in here right now, and if you're a Cardinal fan, do me the hugest favor you possibly can do and smack that like button on this video. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes on this video. Do it for the Cardinals. Do it for Kyler Murray. Do it for Cliff Kingsbury. I don't care who you have to do it for. But ladies and gentlemen, we are now 5-0. And just smash that like button. And hopefully that can get us a head start to go 6-0. But yes, those are the two biggest injuries this game, Rodney Hudson and Max Williams. Huge. Obviously, looking at both injuries, you take a look at Max Williams. I don't think Max Williams is going to be available next week. I don't think Max Williams is going to be available maybe throughout the rest of the year. So can we start talking about who we can get as tight end? Yeah, we can definitely start talking about who we can get as a tight end. Maybe later on, maybe more towards the trade deadline, we can definitely dive into that and see who we can dissect. But obviously, we need to target a team that's not going to be, in contention to the playoffs. So we still have a couple weeks to decide who we can target and everything like that. But another huge piece that was hurt today, that was Rodney Hudson, our all-pro, Rodney Hudson, the center that we have. He ended up going down as well with with a rib injury, which sucks. Let's keep on taking it to the comments here. Let's keep on reading to the comments. Let's do this. Let's take it to the comments. And let's go through my MVPs. Now, everybody, there's a lot of MVPs for me. There's a lot of MVPs of this game. A lot of MVPs for me. Let's start off with my offensive end. My offensive MVP is going to be this man right here. DeAndre Hopkins, man. This guy just did an amazing job for us when we needed him to. Kyler Murray was obviously struggling. It seemed like he was hurt because they were doing a massage to his bicep, on the sideline. But DeAndre Hopkins came up clutch, man. I got to give my game ball offensively to my guy, DeAndre Hopkins. This guy did absolutely amazing. The moment we needed him to come up, he came up clutch for our Arizona Cardinals. He did a very, very good job. Left and right, he did amazing. There was one play that Kyler Murray had to run out of the pocket to the left-hand side, threw it across his body, and DeAndre Hopkins was there. And not to even mention that, DeAndre Hopkins catches a fade pass over on Josh Norman. So he gets his TD there. So that's really, really amazing. So that is my offensive MVP of this game. Now let's move over to the defensive person. My defensive player of this game. And keep in mind, y'all, don't bite my head up on this. I need to pick one player. If I can pick more people, I'm going to give some honorable mentions right after. But my defensive player that I got to give my MVP to is this man right here, Zach freaking Allen. My goodness, Zach Allen came up clutch today. I think he gave us 2 sacks. And the reason why I say that is because, his dance, I know you guys can't see me, but his little dance that he ended up doing, that was awesome. I could have sworn I saw it twice. And not even that, there was another moment that he came up clutch, man, just left and right. Zach Allen showed the heck up today. If you ever wanted to have a breakout game, this was your breakout game, Zach Allen. If you can get more of that production, I think that would be absolutely amazing. Now, honorable mentions, J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt, and the reason why I didn't put J.J. Watt on my, my top, because it's J.J. Watt. You know what I mean? J.J. Watt is that name. He probably had his best, game as a Cardinal. I agree there. I think J.J. Watt had his best game as a Cardinal, 110%. But if I'm going to try to think outside the box and give my MVP to a player that, a lot of people don't really talk about, I need to give it to my boy, Zach Allen, because he freaking showed up today. He did an amazing job against this offense. Let's take a look at some Zach Allen stats. He had 4 tackles, 1 assist, and it says 1 sack, but I could have sworn it was 2 sacks. Let me do something here real quick. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Where is my guy? Zach Allen. Where are you, man? Where are you, Zach Allen? Yeah, I keep saying 1 sack. What the heck? What the heck? Okay. So regardless, I still think Zach Allen had an amazing game. Amazing game. So another honorable mention, Isaiah Simmons. Isaiah Simmons, another amazing honorable mention. So my 2 honorable mentions, J.J. Watt, and I got to give it over to my guy, Isaiah Simmons as well. That had some key clutch blocks, man. I think this game came down to, can we stop them in 4th down? There was so many times this San Francisco 49er team tried to get some freaking 4th downs converted. There was, every time we got 4th down, they were going for it. More times than not, Kyle Shanahan was going to go for that 4th down. And that might have been one of the biggest key factors as to maybe why they lost this game. If they would have gone for field goals, it probably would have been a lot closer game more than anything. But man, this defense of ours really, really came out and they showed out. Our defense came out and they showed out today. I do have some questions here. People are asking, is there any updates for Rodney Hudson, or is there any updates on Max Williams? I don't have any updates for either, but Max Williams obviously seems like a very worse injury than Rodney Hudson. I still do think that Rodney Hudson has a bad injury, but Max Williams, being that he was carted off and hit in the knee, I think that we probably won't be seeing Max Williams in the near future. Now, Rodney Hudson, on the other hand, he was out. Rodney Hudson was out after he got injured. He did walk gingerly, towards the locker room, holding his ribs. But as of right now, I don't have any other updates other than that. Most likely, we'll be getting something tomorrow after all the MRIs are done and all that different stuff. So once I get the updates, I will let you guys know what's going on with Rodney Hudson and all that different stuff, guys. So I will let you guys know. I promise. So let's do this. I think now that we got the injuries, that we talked about the injuries, and then we talked about, the MVPs of this game. I think it's a beautiful way. If you guys want to come on to the AZ Sports Fan and express your happiness, if you guys want to open up the phone lines right now, let me know in the comments below. Put some fire emojis. Put 5-0 in the chat below. Let me know how you guys are feeling, because let's be honest, man, I'm only one AZ Sports fan, ladies and gentlemen. We have every person in this chat right now, 182 people in here right now, that want to express their happiness, man, because this win is for all of us. This win is for all of us. Let me tell you this right now, guys. We're gonna celebrate another Victory Monday tomorrow, and I cannot be any more excited about this year for our Arizona Cardinals, man. We are looking very, very good as a team. We hit adversity, and we are looking amazing. So I am seeing some chats here right now. We're getting some 5-0s. Perfect. All right. Seems like people want to open up the phone lines. It seems like that's what people want to do. Let me know in the comments here, man. Let's keep on reading into the comments. All right. I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna probably rock the shades today, man. We're 5-0, ladies and gentlemen. 5-0. Woo! Man, can we get it go? Oh, gotta love it, man. Gotta freaking love it. Okay. So I think we want to open up the phone lines. I think that's what the fan base is saying right now. So I'm going to be rocking the shades right now. I got one question for you fans out there. How are you feeling? That's the only question that I want to hear right now. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that when it comes down to these type of call-in shows, I do got to limit you guys. I got to limit you guys because there's a lot of people left and right that want to come on here. So I'm going to be placing the link to jump on here right now. Now, you do have to have your video on. You have to have your video on in order for you to jump onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, just to avoid any trolls, anything like that. But my one question to you, ladies and gentlemen, is how are you feeling? That's my question to you. If you want to jump onto the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, the link is pinned at the top. The Arizona Cardinals are still number one in this division, and we are looking absolutely dynamite right now, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely dynamite. All right, we do got a few people here in the background. Let me see if I can get my my banners all situated right now. 1 second, everybody. 1 second. All right, perfect. Let's get my guy 23K5 up in here right now. Let's get my boy up in here right now. All right, 23K5, man. How are you feeling? Cardinals 5-0. Talk to me, man.
Feels better in the sun when winning.
110%, man. I got to be rocking the shades in right now because this game was an absolute, a nail biter. And I'm so glad that we ended up pulling up the W here, man. If you would give me one MVP, just one MVP, offensively or defensively, let me know who's your guy.
Budda Baker.
Love it. Love it. Okay. Short and simple. Gotta love it, man. Appreciate your coming on here. Thanks again. Go Cards. All right, perfect. Let's get my guy here all the way from Instagram. AZ Sports Corner coming up clutch here. Let's see what this guy, my man, has to say here. Whoa. How are you feeling? 5-0.
I'm feeling good, dude. I mean, it was a little bit of a scare for a minute, but looks like we fought our way through. So can't wait.
Exactly, man. This was an absolute huge win, man. Honestly, this game was one of those where I feel like we needed one of these games. Yeah, right. Exactly. We needed one of these games. I feel like it was a tough matchup against our division rival. And we're 5-0, man. Give me your MVP of this game, offensively or defensively.
I'd say JJ Watt, because I don't even care if he wasn't getting sacks, because that's not all that matters. And I mean, yes, it helps, but he was all over the place, and you could just tell he wanted this win so bad. He was huffing and puffing, but he was in there like every play. He was fighting for that win. He wanted to be out there helping the guys because he knew. I'm pretty sure all the sideline, the whole team knew if the defense did not convert on a lot of those fourth down stops, this could have easily been a San Francisco dub. Like no lie, like Kyler and them were starting to struggle. It was giving me a little bit of a scare. I was like, this isn't good. So we weren't moving the ball for anything. But JJ, I think him out there all over the place and being like a real leader, it proved to help the team today. So it was really sweet.
I agree, man. Beautifully said. All right, brother. Thank you so very much for jumping on, man. Peace out. All right, man. Let's get my guy Ian Keller up in here right now. Ian, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. How are you feeling? 5-0.
Pretty good, Mike. Can't complain with our Cardinals going 5-0 here. Can't say a whole lot on the game. Kyler struggled a lot, but at the end of the day, we still came through and was able to win that game.
Absolutely, man. You got to love it. And I've been preaching this whole live stream here. I think we needed this type of win, the adversity, the ugly looking one where it's like, oh my goodness, what's going on with Kyler Murray? But hey, when it came up clutch, he came up clutch with DeAndre Hopkins on that fade catch, and that was a beautiful thing to see. If you were to give me one MVP, offensively or defensively, who would you say so?
Offensively, I would probably go with Rondale Moore. I think he was just making spectacular play after play. He was moving really fast, making guys miss. And then defensively, I definitely want to give it to JJ Watt. He brought the energy out today. Like the guy was saying earlier, he didn't, get any sacks or any of the stats or anything like that. But I mean, he was bringing a lot of energy on that defense and getting a lot of pressures. So that's who I'd have to go with there.
Yeah, I agree. Man, appreciate you again, man. Have a great rest of your day.
You too, bro.
Later. All right, man. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy. And the biggest reason why I'm saying that right now is because we had so many injuries today. Our cornerback room was depleted, ladies and gentlemen. Our cornerback room was depleted today. We ended up getting, I have the list right here. The inactives today, Byron Murphy. We all knew Byron Murphy wasn't going to be playing today. Chris Streveler, Marco Wilson, Tay Gowan, Victor Dimikich, how do you say his name? Michael Dogby. Our entire cornerbacks, except for Robert Alford, which I'm honestly surprised that he's the one who came up clutch for us, we're hurt. We saw a lot of people kind of come out here and, give it their all. So you got to definitely give kudos to this, the secondary, the people who came in, Whitaker as well as Antonio Hamilton. So they definitely did some good job for the Arizona Cardinals here. Let me get my guy Banana Epic Gaming up in here right now. Man, you are live on the AZ Sports, man. How you doing, man? Talk to me.
Pretty good, man. That was an ugly win, but it was a good win. We needed a win like that, like you said.
Yeah, man, I completely agree here. When it came down to this, did you see this game turn out the way that it was going to come out to? Like, Trey Lance looked pretty decent today.
I thought it was going to be close, but not that close. I thought we would win by maybe 14.
Yeah.
Because I didn't trust Trey Lance because I thought he didn't have enough time with the first team offense. But when Byron Murphy and Mark Wilson got listed as out, I knew it was going to be like a 6-point game.
Yeah, man, I agree. Talk to me a little bit here about the injury to Rodney Hudson, man, and how crucial he is.
That's very crucial because Rodney Hudson, since he came in, that entire offensive line has taken a step forward. And he's being listed as a rib injury, and that's what Byron and Marco have.
Yep.
So if he's not back by the Brown game, he should be back by the Trap game, which is the Texan game.
I agree. All right, man. Appreciate you as always, man. Thank you so very much. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Later. All right, man. Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. We need this type of win. Let me get my guy here, Seth Carpenter, here right now. Seth Carpenter, you are going to be live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. There you are. All right, man. You are live. What's up, dude, man? How are you feeling? Cardinals 5-0. Talk to me.
Well, I'm doing kind of okay. I was like, it's Schwabi, and we need to get better and better. And the best MVP player is Kyler and DeAndre Hopkins. Those two could just go for it. And I was so happy with DeAndre Hopkins at the end of
I agree, man. I'm so sorry, Seth Carpenter. Your reception was very, very choppy. I apologize. But yes, I heard what you were saying. DeAndre Hopkins to the connection with Kyler Murray was a beautiful thing to see, man. I completely agree, man. Thank you so very much for jumping on. Sorry I had to get just the choppiness was very, very, very bad on my side here. Let me get my guy here. RC3 coming up here. RC3, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, man. Are you sold on the Cardinals now? Tell me now. How are you feeling?
Still a lot of game left that's in the season. And my thing is, I told you, we had good records down this road, and I seen teams like the Steelers go undefeated and then lose so many games straight. But if you want to give anybody MVP, to be honest with you, I will have to give it to Isaiah Simmons because he definitely came up more clutch than anybody that was in it. He was all over the field. And I will give the other one to Zaven Collins because Zaven Collins was actually what I just said. Give him next week or week 6, and he was going to show a different side of him. And exactly that's what he had did. Like, we already know, I did like what Kyler Murray did, though. He also showed improvement of more of a mature quarterback and really put the game into his hands with that one because our defense, I was praying on our D-backs because I said, I don't know what we got down here. We down to our last 3 corners. But the big loss is not only just Hudson, it's Max Williams. And Max Williams got a helmet to the knee. I watched that whole game, and he got a helmet to the knee. And I was surrounded by 30 49er fans.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. Let me get my next guy up here right now. I appreciate you for being on. As always, man, thank you so very much. Yeah, man, I agree. Max Williams is a huge injury as well. We need to talk about here, if there's any tight ends available. Obviously, let's just take today to celebrate as fans. We will talk about tight ends, what we need to do, because I know we have Demetrius Harris as well as Darrell Daniels, and some people might not be, very confident in what we have right now, but we're going to keep it going right now. Let me get my guy Andy coming up here right now. Andy, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, I hear you perfectly, man. Talk to me. 5-0 Cardinals.
Yeah, I thought I'd just represent the UK Bird Gang. I don't know if there's much of us, but I just kind of wanted to phone in because I think people are being a little bit harsh, and the sign of champions in any sport is winning when you're not playing that well. And I think it was just so impressive that they came through it. Obviously, the defense been huge. Not been a lot of love for Zach Allen yet, but I think Zach Allen needs a shout out because he was huge. And Isaiah Simmons, I thought, brilliant, just going into a huge year for him. So yeah, it's great to win when you're playing bad. That's what champions do in any sport. So I'm hyped. 5-0. Let's go.
Yeah, man, that's beautifully said, man. Honestly, I think when it comes down to it, you're gonna win these type of games. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, we look so ugly. We're not that." It's like, man, this is a division matchup, man. The 49ers, they know us as much as we know them. We won. That's all that should matter. We got the W, right? Give me your MVP before I let you go.
Yeah, well, let's say MVP. I probably have to go Zach Allen. He stepped up. I think as a little side one as well. I think Hamilton, considering we signed him like maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks, and he stepped up. And obviously there was a couple of plays I think he just got his fingertips to it and stuff. So he was a little bit unlucky, but to step up, rivals, brilliant. So hyped on to next week, and just thanks for having me on because I love watching from the UK and it's pretty early in the morning, so it is hard sometimes to call.
No worries, man. Appreciate you for being here, man. Shout out to the UK, man. Thank you so much.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
All right, perfect, awesome, and that's so amazing, man. Thank you so very much for coming on, Andy. That definitely does mean the world because it's so awesome the way that the internet works, man. You could be watching all the way from the UK. I have some people in Germany, Mexico. It's so amazing. Thank you so very much for being a Arizona Cardinal fan and being a part of the Bird Gang and a part of this community here. Thank you so very much. Let me get my guy Jordan P here, which is going to be my last guest before we still talk about what's going on in this game and how confident we feel against the Browns. Let me get my guy Jordan P coming up here, man. Talk to me, man. How are you feeling about the Cardinals 5-0?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Like an angel, my guy.
All right, man. I mean, that again, just like other past games this year, it shows that we can win through adversity. The offensive line was horrific. It was not good. Josh Jones was getting thrown around like a rag doll, and we still came out with the win. And I think someone that needs that everybody that most of the people that most of the fans that they need to apologize to this guy right now. Robert Alford, man. Everybody talked down on this man. Everybody said, "Oh, he's trash. Oh, he's always injured. Oh, we don't need him. Why did we re-sign him?" This man has played amazing football. That PI they called on him was total BS. But that last coverage he had on Debo when he threw that deep ball, like him and Hamilton played amazing. Like this guy we just signed, to the 53-man roster, he just stepped up and against one of the most creative coaches on offenses, they played great. So if I had to be outside the box, JJ Watt was the MVP to me. But if I had to think outside the box for defense, it would have to be Hamilton, the cornerbacks, and for offense, I would have to say. Sheesh. It's not very many, but you have to go.
Right.
If they said Hopkins already, so I'm gonna go Rondell Moore.
Yeah,
that
that's
catch
fair.
he made where the cornerback is literally grabbing him. How is that not defensive pass interference? I don't understand. And he still caught the ball with 2 feet in and all the carries and stuff like that. And one thing I gotta say before I go is, can we please highlight how dirty the Niners are? Kyler has the ball thrown out of his hands, cleared. Nick Bosa, 2 seconds later, shoves him to the ground, and the ref is standing right there. And that's where Kyler got hurt. The ref is standing right there, and they don't call it. I don't understand that. Everybody go watch that playback. He throws the ball's already out, incomplete. Nick Bosa comes in and shoves him to the floor. It's just disgusting.
I got to rewatch it, man. Appreciate you again, Jordan P. Thank you so much for your takes, man. Have a great one. Yeah, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. This is a win that we needed. This is a win that I'm so glad that we finally are at this level right now, are at this level at this very moment. And this Arizona Cardinal team, man, is at all cylinders go. And you just cannot express the level of happiness that's going through me right now. And I appreciate everybody for being here right now. I understand that there's a Sunday night football game going on right now, Chiefs versus Bills. And sometimes people rather watch that than be here. But big shout out to 173 people in here right now. Big shout out to all you guys here right now that are sticking through on this stream. Thank you so very much for being here. And we got to celebrate together, man. This is exactly the reason why we built out this community here right now, because we celebrate with each other. We are pissed off with each other. And we've had a lot of pissed off moments since we've had this channel opened up. And I definitely got to give, thanks to the football gods. Thank you so much to all the draft people, all the people that came in the draft, our free agency pickups. This is a different team than last year. This is a different team than last year. Rondale Moore, like my guy Jordan P just said, has made one of the best catches that we've seen a rookie made as a Cardinal fan in quite some time. An amazing catch that a lot of fans were like, no, he didn't do it. It wasn't in there. This man did an amazing catch, man. Amazing. Christian Kirk, obviously he wasn't there, but we've talked about Christian Kirk before. We don't need to have Christian Kirk be that guy all the time. We don't. We could, if we can get Rondale Moore, Christian Kirk, Rondale Moore, Christian Kirk, then hey, I think that's beautiful. I think that's amazing for us. As long as we have D-Hop doing his thing, we have AJ Green, popping off whenever, DeAndre Hopkins isn't and cleaning up the slack there. I think our offense is amazing. Yes, we struggled today. Yes, Kyler Murray looked human. Some might say, oh, not MVP. I don't care what you guys have to say. MVP, Kyler Murray is 5-0. What other team in the NFL right now is 5-0 right now? We are the last undefeated team right now, and Kyler Murray put this team on his back and threw a beautiful pass to DeAndre Hopkins and got us that 7-point difference that ended up getting us the win. So I honestly think that, Kyler Murray's still playing lights out, still MVP type caliber type of player right now, and we are just looking that much great. I'm just so excited right now, man. I'm absolutely super excited about where this team can go. We have a lot of football left. Yes, and I agree. I don't want to puff my chest off too much. This was a tough matchup left and right, and I think it came down to they were running the ball, man. They were running the ball efficiently against our Arizona Cardinal team. And Trey Lance, man. Trey Lance seems like somebody that we definitely need to look out for years to come. Trey Lance looks like the player that we need to look out for years to come. And the reason why I'm saying that, this is the type of matchup that we're going to be very excited to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Mark my words here. Maybe not this year, but next year. Can you imagine Trey Lance versus Kyler Murray, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football? For years to come, Trey Lance versus Kyler Murray. And right now, Kyler Murray is 1-0. Kyler Murray is 1-0. But let me tell you right now, this guy is going to be good. This guy is going to be very, very good for that 49er team. I don't want him to be good, but yeah, he's definitely doing very, very good. He kind of reminds me a lot of Lamar Jackson in terms of his runs, but it might have been because he only really had a week to prepare against us, and they probably put a lot of running plays against our defense, and it really worked out for him. But we definitely came up clutch with 2 fourth down stops, one of them being in the end zone, like literally at the 1, and the other one was with Kyle Juszczyk. They ended up trying to run it up the middle, and we ended up stopping them there as well. So the Cardinals defense came up clutch, man. The Cardinals defense came up clutch against this scrappy San Francisco 49er team that wanted to get this win. They wanted to be 3-2. They didn't want to, take a loss. Obviously, nobody wants to lose against their divisional rivals, but the Arizona Cardinals was just a tiny bit better here and ended up getting the win, and that ended up being getting us 5-0. So definitely got to give kudos, man. Give kudos to our Arizona Cardinals, because Bird Gang, man, that's all we got to say right now. And I also want to say this, man. If you guys are just coming into the stream right now, last stream that I had, I believe it was on Friday night, I said that I was going to order that helmet for Kyler Murray, a signed Kyler Murray helmet. It has been ordered. I appreciate everybody that is super chatted. Thank you so very much for everybody who's coming clutch. Big shout out to my guy, I Am Bear, who dropped a 100 bomb 2 days ago. Thank you so very much for doing that, man. With that money, I put it to good use. I promise in about a week or two, you will see a signed Kyler Murray helmet, full size, in this showcase here, man. Thank you so very much, I Am Bear, for just being you, man. Thank you so very much. To all the loyal subs and everybody like that, thank you, everybody. All right, let's take it to the comments. Let's see what you guys have to say in the comments. Let's keep on taking to the comments here. Javier, what's up, dude? He says, I can't wait for the haters at the round table, man. You gotta love it, right, man? Right? The Rams guy was going against us, and even our Seattle Seahawks guy was going against us too. So, hey, man, we just got to puff out our chest just a little bit for that day, man. I need to make sure that all the Bird Gang is there when it comes down to Tuesday, and making sure that our round table is flooded up with Bird Gang on there, man. So super, super excited. All right, let's keep on reading into the comments here. Is it Badek says, I heard Dan Arnold hasn't switched the team. I heard Dan Arnold hasn't switched the team for quite some time. Not quite understanding what that means. I know he's with the Panthers right now, or actually he ended up getting traded, right? I think he got traded to the Jaguars. Yeah. I'm not really following much of Dan Arnold. Hopefully he's doing good over there. Beto says, have you changed your mind about Cliff? Yes, sir, I have. Yes, sir, I absolutely have. Yes, and I've been talking about Cliff Kingsbury in week 3, that we've seen a different type of who Cliff Kingsbury is. And yes, I have changed my mind, and I apologize multiple different times to Cliff Kingsbury. He's definitely done an amazing job this year. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Griffin says, Williams is a tough loss. Yeah, man, it is. We talked about it a little earlier in the stream as well. Williams as well as Rodney Hudson, 2 huge losses in this game for our Arizona Cardinals. And yeah, hopefully they come up, good. Maybe not Max Williams. I think obviously Max Williams is going through a very, very tough injury when it comes down to his either knee or ankle, whatever it was. I think he's definitely got a tough injury his way. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can have Rodney Hudson against the Browns game. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If you guys haven't already, do me a big favor, smash that like button and subscribe to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. If you have not subscribed yet, definitely do that right now. Subscribe, hit that like button. Do it for the Arizona Cardinals for coming up with the win. Do it for Cliff Kingsbury. Do it for Kyler. Do it for whoever you need to do it for. But ladies and gentlemen, we are now 5-0. Let that sink in, man. Let that sink in. Let's keep on reading to the comments. Is it Bananas Epic Gaming? What's up? He says Seahawks guy is upset that their season is over. Yeah, I'm going to talk to him about that, man. I'm actually very curious to figure out how, what his take is about the Seahawks and how he feels about them right now. Steve says, how bad were those injuries going to be out for how long? Well, we don't really 100% know as of right now. I think Max Williams might be either multiple weeks, and I'm talking about 8 weeks, maybe even for the whole season. Might be for Max Williams. And like I said, I'm spitballing right now. We don't have the answers right now, but I'm hoping Rodney Hudson is only going to be maybe about a week or 2, and hopefully he'll be back next week. But we'll know for sure tomorrow. Let me ask you guys this question. I know with the big injury right now with Max Williams, if there's a tight end out there that you guys want to get, who do you want the Arizona Cardinals to get for a tight end? Let me know in the comments below. Right now, this is your opportunity to let me know what you would be giving up for this tight end. If it's a draft pick, is it Andy Isabella that you want to give up? Let me know right now in the comments below who you would want for the Arizona Cardinals to get right now in the comments. Let's see here. Bird Gang says defense really did come through for us. This had me on the edge of my seat. It was a good game. No, 100%, man. 110%. Yes, I agree. This was tough. Banana says Tyler Eifert. Oh, okay. Or Larry Legend. Okay. A lot of people are saying Larry Fitzgerald maybe might want to sign back with us. Who knows, right? We'll see. Let's keep on reading here. Not Mario says Tebow. Really? Tebow. Okay. Hey, I mean, I know he's available. Maybe, right? Maybe. Dawson Knox. I doubt the Bills are going to let go of Dawson Knox. Let me tell you that right now. Bryce says Zach Ertz, man. Yeah. I mean, they have Dallas Goedert over there, right? Dallas Goedert is over there, a player that they might have, maybe favor him more than Zach Ertz. Maybe Zach Ertz might be available. Who knows? Someone says Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is. I love the enthusiasm, but there's no way in heck Travis Kelce is coming to the Arizona Cardinals, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you that right now. There is no way in heck Travis Kelce is coming over here. Zach Ertz seems like a better option. Yeah, for sure. Zach Ertz seems like a really good option, but what do the Eagles want to give up, or what do we want to give up for him? Austin Hooper? Oh, man, maybe Austin Hooper. Yeah, that might be an option. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Zach Hollister. Isn't that the guy from the Seahawks, right? Or was he in the Seahawks? He sounds very familiar. I think he was. Let me know in the comments. I think he was in the Seahawks. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Somebody says no Tebow. Let's keep on reading here. David Njoku. So David Njoku's with the Browns right now. I doubt the Browns are going to let go of David Njoku right now. I know that game came down to the wire. Let's see here. Let's go to the Browns. The Browns lost today against the Chargers. Oof. That's going to be a tough matchup next week, man. They're going to want to get that win against us next week. They lost against the Chargers today, 47-42. Wow. Wow. Somebody says Jared Cook. I wouldn't mind Jared Cook. I really wouldn't. Tank says, me and my friend bet on a game, and I bet. Nice, man. Cool. You won. Heck yeah, man. Congrats. Ooh, there you go. Jordan P. OJ Howard from Tampa. They have Gronk and they have Brait. Yeah, hey, that's too many tight ends for them, right? Yeah, man. I wouldn't mind that at all. I would not mind that at all. OJ Howard would be good. I definitely would like that too. Javier says, who do you think the Pro Bowlers for the Cardinals would be? Oh, man. That's an open-ended question right there, man. That can go on for days, man. I'll give you my 3 offensive and my 3 defensive. And they're going to be obvious. Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, Rondale Moore. Yeah, that's a surprise. For defense, I'll give you 3 as well. Chandler Jones, Byron Murphy, J.J. Watt. No, J.J. Watt's too obvious. I'm going to give you another one. No, I'll give it J.J. Watt. Yeah, J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt, Chandler, and Byron. Those are my 3 Pro Bowlers so far. We can have more, though. We can have a lot more for this team, man. We could have a lot more for this team. Budda Baker. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Budda Baker's a shoo-in. Yeah, man, we can have a lot in this team. But like I said, 1 week at a time. 1 week at a time. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. So people were asking for, oh yeah, well, Budda for sure. Budda for sure. Keep on reading into the comments here. CB says, why not go with the foreign tight end on our practice squad? It might be difficult. Yeah, that's a great call up, man. Why not go for the foreign tight end? The guy from Austria, right? I forgot his name. Yeah. Wouldn't mind that at all, man. Would not mind that at all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now 5-0. We are a 5-0 team. Wow. That's absolutely crazy to me, man. I cannot believe that we're here right now and this Arizona Cardinal team is a 5-0 team. We're the last undefeated team of this NFL. This is absolutely amazing. Oh yeah, Ross Travis. There you go, Ross Travis. I forgot he's in our practice squad. Didn't he get elevated earlier? Yeah, Ross Travis, man. Maybe Ross Travis can give us a little oomph. Best team in the NFL. Yeah, gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. At least we know we can win a dogfight now. Yeah, brother. Yeah, I agree, man. At least we know we can win a dogfight now because you're right. This was a tough matchup, man. This was a tough matchup left and right. And I'm so glad that we're in this position because this could have gone ugly for our Arizona Cardinals. This could have gotten ugly for our Arizona Cardinals. Thankfully, our defense came up clutch, man. Our defense came up clutch today. They came out to play. They really, really came out to play. All right. Out of all the topics we talked about today, ladies and gentlemen, what's one thing you want to talk about here today? Let me know one thing you want to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about injuries. We've talked about, the MVPs of this game. We talked about all that different stuff. What's one thing that I did not talk about here today that you want to make sure that we got to talk about this right here? Let's talk about this before we end the live stream. What should we say here? What say you? Do you want to talk about how terrible the referees are? Because, hey,
Stop it. Get some help.
Hey, man, the refs are still doing it to us, man. The refs are still doing it to us. They are not giving us calls left and right, and it's actually frustrating to see as a fan. But hey, I mean, I guess it kind of comes with the territory in terms of being an Arizona Cardinal fan or just fans of your team just in general. D-Hop's hands of glue. Love it. Love it. Oh, great question. Yes, let's talk about this. This is a great Escobar coming up. Clutch says our corner situation. Need to get a corner. Well, let me ask you this. Escobar. Today, how do you feel if we were playing Jimmy G? Do you think our cornerbacks will hold up? Let me know in the comments below. If we were playing Jimmy G today, do you think our cornerbacks would have held up? Because I do think that Robert Alford did very good. Antonio Hamilton held his own. We also had Whitaker come up. He did pretty decent as well. Do you think we would have held up our cornerback situation if Jimmy G was playing today? We have some people saying no. We got some people saying yes because Jimmy G sucks. I think that we would have done pretty decent, honestly. I think the biggest thing the 49ers had going for them today, was their run game, and that was coming from Trey Lance. So if we took away the run game from Trey Lance and what he was able to do with his legs, give the ball over to Jimmy G, I think we did pretty decent. Next week we will have Marco Wilson come back. That's true. We will have Marco Wilson come back, and we will also have Byron Murphy. Robert Alford, Byron Murphy, as well as Marco Wilson. I think we have a pretty decent wide receiving core. Did I say wide receiving core? Cornerback core right now. Do we need depth? Do we need some players to help out? Yeah, I mean, I can say, yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but I do think Hamilton kind of stepped up. He's not going to get a lot of reps. Like if Marco Wilson, if Byron Murphy are healthy and they're good to go, we're not going to see a lot of Hamilton. We're not going to see a lot of Whitaker as well. But I do think that our top three core people, Wilson, Byron, as well as Alfred, I think we're good. As long as we can stay healthy. I think we're good. But yeah, more depth doesn't hurt. I mean, if we sign a new cornerback, in the next few days, I'll be excited. I'll be happy. But as of right now, I think we're fine. As we would have done serviceable, but we need to get another playmaker, someone like Patrick P in his prime, locked down in halftime. That's fair. I think that's completely fair. I think that Byron Murphy is making his way into becoming that guy that everybody wants to see. Your Patrick Peterson, your Stephon Gilmore, maybe your Jalen Ramsey. I think that Byron Murphy can become that guy. I really do. He's already gotten 3 interceptions so far, and he's looking very, very good on number one wide receivers. I think I like what I've seen from Byron. Obviously, if we get some more help, I wouldn't be mad. But if we don't, I'm not going to yell on top of a table right now. I think we're fine for now. As long as we can stay healthy, especially against the Browns game, I think that's we're fine for now. Yes, if you guys don't know, Quentin Dunbar did get cut. If you guys aren't aware of that, Quentin Dunbar did get cut. We signed him, and then literally probably about a week later, maybe even less than a week, we released him. Don't ask me why. I don't understand. Too many yards on the ground. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. That's definitely something that we need to clean up for sure. The rushing for that team, for the San Francisco 49ers, Trey Lance with 89 yards, Eli Mitchell, 43 yards, Deebo Samuel, 13, Trey Sermon, 7, Kyle Juszczyk tried to get some rushing, but it didn't really work out for him. But yeah, I agree, man. I think we need to stop the run. And I think the moment we did that, that's when this Arizona Cardinal team kind of really showed us what they can become. It really showed us what they can become. All right, let's keep on reading to the comments here. Need another interior defensive lineman or Jordan Phillips to be. Yeah, I agree, man. Jordan Phillips needs to step the heck up, man. He needs to, what's the word I'm trying to say without being mean? He needs to live up to the contract that we signed him for. He needs to live up to the contract that we signed him for. I agree there. If we can get him healthy and we can go ahead and get that type of production, I think we'll be good. All right, let's keep on reading here. Call Eagles for Fletcher or Zach Ertz. I think Ertz would be Fletcher Cox might want a lot for Cox, and I don't want to give up too much capital for them, especially if we're going to be a really good team. But I do think Ertz would be a person that we can keep our eyes on, because I think that the Cardinals could very well do that. Let's keep on reading here. I think Licky Fotu will emerge to be above average. Hopefully, man. Fingers crossed, right? Fingers crossed. Everybody wants Licky Fotu to do very well. Honestly, Rashawn Lawrence did very good today. I think he had like a tackle on Trey Lance. That probably could have gone for like another 5 to 10 yard gash running from Trey Lance. And what do we get? We had Rashawn Lawrence there, man. Do a quick, Dwight Freeney type of spin move on their offensive lineman. Ended up getting Trey Lance, which is a really huge move from Rashawn Lawrence. So Rashawn Lawrence is coming into his own as well. JJ Watt is a definition of the stats don't show the whole story. Yeah, I agree. Well, I also do think Chandler Jones had a really good game, man. Really, really good game. A lot of pressure. He was held a couple different times that they ended up going back behind the sticks. Chandler Jones had a very good game as well. JJ Watt had an amazing game as well. 100% agree. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this going here. Thank you so very much for everybody for being here. This is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming through. We're going to end our stream right here. We have made it to the hour mark. I appreciate everybody for sticking through. If you guys want to come on, if you guys weren't able to come on to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube and call in, we will be doing a Victory Monday tomorrow. So come through. It's going to be around 3 p.m. AZ time. Come through. I'll put the link up right there, and you guys can come through talking everything Arizona Cardinals. How are you feeling after your good night's sleep? And being that the Arizona Cardinals are now 5-0 on the season, ladies and gentlemen. So Victory Monday celebration will be tomorrow. We are the only 5-0 team in the NFL. Are we Super Bowl contenders? I don't know. Don't want to jump the gun so much, but 1-0 mentality is the way that we need to go ahead and keep this going. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for coming through. It's been an absolute blast. The Arizona Cardinals are 5-0. Let's keep this going, man. Let's keep this train going because it feels so good on Monday, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, man. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by, and go Cards.